Today we are going over a BuzzFeed article about things that scream that people are bad with their money. If you're new around here, I'm Elena. On this channel, we talk all things money, debt, income, financial freedom. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. Computerized or transparent fridges. I totally get this one because when you're shopping at Home Depot for a new fridge, there's the nice fridges with all the things that you need and all the special doors and the ice makers and all that stuff. And they're about $2,000. But then there's the extra fridges, the one with the computer, the one with the see-through doors, all sort of fancy stuff. And I'm like, we don't really need this. And I can totally make a list on my phone. And this just seems like one more thing that could just break. Is this really about functionality or people saying, I have more money than you? Ridiculous shoe or purse collection on display. So maybe I don't know the right kind of people for this, but I've never been to someone's house where they had a shoe collection or a purse collection, but I definitely see this on social media. And for purses, it's almost like maybe they could be an asset. Because if you buy a Birkin and it goes up in value and you sell it later, you could make a profit. So maybe it's an investment. I'm not really sure that's true for shoes, unless maybe you never wear them. I just feel like that would be totally gross if you wore shoes and then sold them later, even if they were fancy shoes. So I don't know. This definitely seems like an extra move to me. Does it say you're terrible with your money? I'm not sure. Do you have any shoes or purses that are like special set aside in a case somewhere? A collection of Stanley cups. Now, I get having 2 or 3 of these. Maybe you have a Christmas one, maybe you have a Valentine's Day one. Whatever gets you to drink more water is beneficial. But having like 30 in all the different colors, like who's gonna buy a used Stanley for $100 or more in 5 years? I don't think so. Unless this turns into like a Beanie Baby situation and they like go up in value because they're a collector's item. But I'm kind of guessing that's not going to happen. I did just buy a new water bottle, which means my water bottle total might be 3 total. But whatever makes me drink more water is beneficial for my health. At least that's what I told myself when I spent that much money on it. All the new gadgets, electronics, kitchen stuff, the newest, the trendiest, maybe the Ninja Creamy would fall into this category, even though I totally kind of want one. I am all about buying gadgets that make your tasks quicker and can let you get things done that you were already going to do only faster. That's why we have this food processor thing, and then it can just cut up your vegetables really fast because I don't want to cut up vegetables. But just going with every single trend, it seems like you can collect a lot of things and maybe they turned into a little bit of an impulse buy, and it wasn't really about fitting your lifestyle or making tasks faster. It was just like, oh, that looks cool to try. Like you could say this about an espresso machine or something like that, but if you know you're a coffee drinker, it might be worth the investment to buy the nice espresso machine if it keeps you drinking coffee at home and making your own fancy stuff instead of going out and spending $7 every single day. Because that espresso machine might actually pay itself off. Tacky imitation bronze sculptures. I think the heart of this one is about mismatched decorations that don't really fit with the house. Like maybe you have a middle class kind of home and then you have one really fancy expensive thing, like you're trying to look like you live in an upper class neighborhood but you don't, and then it just looks weird. Whatever your situation is, it's better when all your decorations look like they came from the same income class. It's like my roof is caving in, but look at my expensive Christmas lights. And then that has people thinking like, where are exactly your priorities? Like you really should be spending your money over here and not on things that you don't actually need, and you should spend them on house improvement instead. Name brand socks. Well, I'm totally a Costco sock kind of girl, so I don't totally get this, but having high quality socks, if you know that they're gonna last longer, it could be worth it. I know that our family goes through socks like nobody's business. Basically, it's just like we need to buy socks every single time we're at the store. I'm not gonna waste my money on fancier socks that are just gonna get holes in them next week. That just seems like a total waste to me. But maybe you don't have kids, you have an office job. I could see splurging on socks. Socks just feel so wonderful. They say the best feeling in the world is new socks. Are you team economy socks or luxury socks? Pool tables and hot tub. Now, the reason they think this means that you're bad with money is that you're never gonna use them. And I think this trap can apply to other expensive health things things like putting in a sauna or buying a boat or something like that. If you don't actually use it, it can actually end up being really expensive. Now, if you use your hot tub 3 times a week, is that a waste of money? No. If you're the person hosting people every single week and you're always using the pool table, probably not a waste of money. But if you have expensive unused items in your house that are just sitting there going like, I should use that, but it's really not me, that is not so great. Hidden refrigerators. I don't really get this. Where exactly are these refrigerators hiding? Like in your bedroom? Well, that kind of sounds nice. It does kind of sound like a splurge, but maybe that's your thing. Is this like all those videos where they like get all those cute little containers that fit perfectly in the fridge and then they put random juice in them and stuff? Maybe it's that kind of small refrigerator? I don't know. I think having an extra refrigerator can be super useful if you are buying in bulk and you can afford to have that extra space being used up. Do you have a hidden refrigerator? Too much laundry everywhere. This might mean that you're buying too many clothes that you don't need. I kind of find this one hilarious because this is kind of me, but I'm not sure it's because I have too many clothes. Maybe it's because we don't like putting away laundry. I have a lot of things going on and we're really busy, so the laundry often takes a back burner, and it's not necessarily because we have too many clothes. This is true for the children's clothes too, even though theirs gets put away a lot more often, but they don't necessarily have too many clothes either. When you leave the lights on when no one is in the room, does this mean you're bad with money? I'm not sure. Yes, it's a little bit wasteful, and yes, you could save a little bit of money by turning off the lights, but I'm not sure this is a telltale sign that someone is bad with money. Because now I'm gonna go over to my friend's house and be like, you didn't turn off the lights, therefore you can't save money. Collectibles. This is like the Beanie Baby craze or Funko dolls. I've seen these, but I didn't even know what they were called. But sometimes people collect a lot of something and then they're just like, their house is full of that. I don't know, everybody needs a hobby, right? I think managing money is all about priorities. And if collecting Funko dolls is a priority to you and that's the way you've balanced your budget and you're saving for retirement and you paid off your debts, like who cares? If you're spending your fun money on your hobby, go for it. This seems like a mostly harmless way to spend your money, and you never know, they might become collectibles and then you could sell them for more later. Top of the line phone. Now I get this one because if you feel like you always need the latest and the greatest, it becomes this weird priority to you, and of course you're paying the most amount to have that privilege. Like, you know, the new iPhone or whatever, it could be like $1,200. If you must have the newest possible thing, like the new iPhone or the new iPad, that's going to cost you a lot of money to keep up with those trends. And electronics lose their value so fast. So I did just get a new phone, but my previous phone I did have for more than 2 years, so I definitely got my worth out of it. And my new phone definitely does serve my work purposes better, so it wasn't totally frivolous. Do you think it's worth it to have the newest, nicest phone? Customizing vehicles. Now this can be a huge money pit. So my husband is actually an auto technician, so he sees this all the time, and these people come in and they spend copious amounts of money on making their vehicle look cooler, doing the special add-ons. And this seems like it could totally be a trap. You're like, well, we can spend this much money on this car, but it doesn't actually necessarily increase the value by that much. So it's not necessarily like you would get out what you put in. So sure, if you got lots of extra money to blow, go for it. But if you don't, probably bad idea. What do you think screams that someone is not good with their money? If you haven't already, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye for now.